Hey Taurus Geminis, welcome into your Taurus season reading here at Cusp of Roses. My name is Gabrielle. For anybody new here, welcome in. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And special shout out to all my channel members tuning into this message early and ad-free. I love you all so very much. And I thank you for your love and support. If you want to become a member here of the channel to get exclusive viewer perks and so much more, you can join at that button next to subscribe underneath this video if you see it, or click the link in my description box below, okay? It'll take you to the same page where you can overview my membership tiers, which we do have a new one there. So check that out. Join wherever you feel comfortable. I would love to have you guys on the more intimate side of this channel. Taurus Gemini. Very intense energy right off the bat. Okay, let me just preface this that this might be a very kind of intense reading, so take it in bits if you need to. Please keep in mind that all of these readings that go public on my channel are general messages, so only really take what resonates with you in that moment. Feel free to come back to gain other insights, but if it's not clicking, leave it for someone else, okay? Don't be greedy with the messages now. But you are centered around Venus. You and Venus right now, locked in. But in a way that is nostalgic, in a way that is almost, I'm hearing transcendent of time. I'm getting this vibe here, Taurus Gemini, that you are going to be walking down memory lane when it comes to love, when it comes to partnership, and when it comes to commitment, okay? There's some aspect of love that is surrounded by swords. I was seeing a heart surrounded by swords. I don't know if this is your own heart or this is the heart of someone else, the heart of someone that you might have been connected to or are connected with. It felt very like Akashic in the sense of you in this frequency, you in this energy, you in this person, you in this other heart. So maybe it is a heart that's not your own, but it's a heart that reflects your own, because they're now showing me a mirror in front of the heart surrounded by swords. This isn't the first lifetime between you and this heart. You are going to be seeing past lives between you and this particular soul frequency. And it's going to bring you a certain level of awareness and a certain level of knowledge, and a deeper sense of intuition around what's happening with you in love and romance in the now moment. Okay, so there could be a lot of repetitive cycles that you're in. There could be a lot of karmic cycles that you're dealing with in love and romance. It feels like the divine is going to walk you through your past, to show you where those karmic cycles began, how they came about, and like what choices and decisions with the sword energy led to the repeat offense I just heard. Ooh-wee. The repeat offense that is maybe present in your waking world right now, in this lifetime that you're aware of. There could be somebody that embodies this heart energy for you, Taurus Gemini. And I do sense that there might be a desire to work towards commitment with this particular heart energy. But that heart is surrounded by swords, and it's heavy swords. So I'd say the 9 and the 10 of swords. Because that's maybe the offense. Something has offended this heart, or there's been some sort of repetitive, maybe betrayal. Now, again, this could be deep reflection within yourself, okay? If you want to think of your own heart space, your own heart energy as a feminine force. Offenses to the feminine force within you, that you then are being called into a deeper understanding around why that's offensive or what was happening. Like the deeper root of it all is coming to the surface here during Taurus season. And at a very surface level, you or someone else could be trying to find their way back to that heart after surrounding it with the 10 and the 9 of swords. Like that's standing out pretty heavy here. Okay. They're saying too, a home within yourself is also significant. A home within yourself. So for some of y'all, this is more like what has offended or been an offense to your own heart that you might still be participating in, connected to, dealing with, okay? Others of y'all, there's someone else attached to this offense, okay? Show me more. Show me more about this energy. Clarify. Ooh, like I said, sword, and you got the magician. This fell out in reverse, though, okay? The 8 of Swords in reverse. So, yeah, what you couldn't see, you're about to see. What created this reality, so you might be in the 8 of Swords, or again, this heart energy is in the 8 of Swords. What has bound your passion, all that red energy, bound your love, your ability to feel, is going to be made known to you here in Taurus season. Yeah, the Emperor. I feel like that's you, Taurus Gemini, regardless of your gender. Clarify. 8 of Swords with this Emperor. The Star, exactly. So this could be some healing that you're being called to do here during Taurus season, okay? There is some sort of 4th dimension, heart chakra awakening you might be journeying through, okay? It's to get yourself in alignment. But in order to get into alignment, you got to purge or come out of this 8 of Swords energy. Something that you were not aware of. Yeah, it's like when you step into the awareness, I can't make it up. When you step into the awareness, it shifts your reality. So there's like a dot that hasn't been connected here, Taurus Gemini, that you're going to be connecting in Taurus season. That leaves room or opens the door or creates a pathway for healing to find you. Some of y'all, this is healing between you and someone else. The King of Rods. Chariot, I can't make it up. Opens up a pathway. For some sort of spiritual authority to start activating within you or showing up here, clarify. The Moon. Ooh, spiritual authority indeed. It's almost like your intuition comes back on. So whatever was blocking your intuition, you're falling out of that block, healing whatever it needs to. You then step into this magician energy, which creates new realities, where you are the King of Rods connected to the Moon. And fire energy is a reflection of intuition, pure intuition here. For me as a reader, so this is enhancing or an expansion of your intuition that frees you from some sort of past life cycle here with the Star energy. Or puts you in alignment with some part of your destiny, that Chariot we saw earlier. So whatever this healing is, whatever this expansion of your intuition, it was destined for you to go through. Yeah, death. And the Hierophant. There's that commitment with the 5 of Pentacles that wanted to stay out of the deck. This is some very, very deep healing that you are going to enter into here, Taurus Gemini. And it's probably why I was feeling called to the Rose Oracle for this season. Okay, so you might be leading the charge here, Taurus Gemini, when it comes to this healing frequency. It's moving you from a mindset of being outcasted and lack to I create my own abundance. So I'm never in lack, Star energy. I always have what I need. There's a purging here as well. Yeah, transformation with death. Clarify. Clarify that death energy. Oop, the Chariot. Can I fit another one? Hold on. It's a new deck. I gotta see what I can fit. Yeah. And the 7 of Pentacles. This healing is going to unlock a lot of abundance for you, Taurus Gemini, where you might have felt like you kept hitting a wall, or like there was some sort of ceiling or cap on your ability to have stability or to operate out of this Emperor energy, or something that was keeping your chariot from moving forward. You have the opportunity to embrace the shifts and the changes and the transformation needed and necessary in order for you to get to that 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, okay? Clarify the 8 of Swords in reverse. The Hermit, yeah. This is going to be deep soul searching here. Hermit and the Star are a pair for me. So this is what I mean by like past life. Akashic records. The divine is going to show you something from a past life of yours, or maybe multiple past lives over a course of time, that illuminate the healing that's needed and necessary in order for you to maintain some sort of Emperor energy. And it may be the reason why this Emperor energy is hard to solidify or ground yourself in is because your King of Rods is not tapped in and tuned in deep enough with the moon. And in order to tap in and tune in deep enough, you have to go through some sort of energetic, mental, spiritual transformation here. Something has to change. Clarify the Emperor. Thank you. The Ace of Cups. It's the heart. High Priestess. So we've seen the Hierophant. We now see the High Priestess. This is what I was getting with the Akashic Records energy. Show you what has bound your heart so you can free yourself. Clarify the healing with the Star. Strength. Yeah, you got to find some sort of courage, or it's purging some sort of lower vibrational energy from you. It's going to take a lot of strength to go through this healing. Yeah. Devil energy. Purging lower vibrational for sure. Entrapment. This is you maybe coming out of some sort of darkness and stepping into the light, Taurus Gemini. And stepping into the light fully integrated. It seems like this King of Rods energy was the last thing that, the last masculine aspect, like last aspect of the masculine principle that you needed to hone in or manifest from, or learn how to manifest from. Clarify. Yeah, this definitely feels like someone's third eye is definitely opening. Yeah, wish fulfillment with the 9 of Cups. Temperance. Yeah, it's definitely time for a shift and a change. And it's going to start with your mindset and then trickle into other aspects of your world this season. But it really, this King of Rods with the moon energy is what's standing out the most. It's like that's the missing piece when it comes to your own puzzle in order to solidify this chariot, moving you beyond the 7 of Pentacles. So getting over some sort of plateau, some sort of stuck energy or stagnancy. Clarify the moon, the Wheel of Fortune. Clarify. Temperance and the Empress now. Yep. I'll leave it out. So you got the Emperor and the Empress out here. We've seen the Hierophant and the High Priestess. We also have the Star and the Hermit. So for some of y'all, this is definitely a reflection of a connection that you have, a relationship, a bond, a spiritual partnership, however you want to name it, okay? In order to have that chariot head towards the Empress energy, Venus herself, there's some sort of death or change that has to be integrated. There's some sort of shift at the heart that has to happen. In order to have this Wheel of Fortune, your King of Rods has to be tied into the moon. meaning has to be comfortable with accepting and embracing what the inner world is telling them or telling you. Patience as well. Some of y'all could be asking for time from the divine in order to get something in order to go through some sort of death process, so you can have some sort of wish fulfillment. Your wish fulfillment stands in your ability, or is created, magician energy, by your ability to maintain a healthy King of Wands energy. Meaning you're not afraid to take action when your soul calls you to, the moon. Whatever has your soul bound, devil energy. It could be some form of magic, maybe some sort of spell work that's breaking off of you here, okay? In order for you to feel what you need to feel, in order for you to have the strength to do the healing that you need to do. Yeah, I would say if you feel like here, Taurus, Gemini, there's been this ceiling over you, or you can't get past this Seven of Pentacles, or you're in a plateau, it is because of some sort of spell work. Spell work to bind the mind or to blind your eyes so you couldn't see what you needed to see in order to do what you needed to do. This is why the divine is stepping in. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles. Justice, but in reverse. Yeah, it's been an injustice. Your inability to move your chariot towards your empress, whether that is a frequency within you or outside of you, has been an injustice. There's definitely some dark spell work that you might be up against here, Taurus, Gemini. That you have the strength to overcome. You just have to be aware of that. And I think there's been this period of time where you felt like you couldn't overcome this devil magician energy. But that's shifting and changing. As you spend more time alone, you then fall out of this Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is being projected onto you by people around you, or someone connected to you, so that you don't see yourself as an emperor, and or to blind you from the fact that you need this King of Rods to be tapped into the moon or connected to the moon in order to fully be the emperor in the way that you need to be, which means that you're on the path to being a Hierophant, which does bring you some sort of wish fulfillment and abundance with the Wheel of Fortune. And I feel like this Empress energy, whether it is your own heart frequency or someone outside of you, has been patiently waiting for this injustice to be justified or to find justice. And this could be, again, an extension of something that your souls have gone through in a past life. Especially with the Hermit and the Star out here again. Yeah, the Knight of Rods with the Four of Cups. So maybe in the past life, you couldn't get past this Knight of Rods energy, which made you pass on this Ace of Cups, Four Cups. And something like that has happened again in this lifetime. Clarify the Eight of Swords in reverse with the Hermit. What is Taurus, Gemini being able to see? Ooh, the Lovers at the bottom. The Six of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords wanted to come out. And the Five of Cups. Clarify. Eight of Swords in reverse with the Hermit, divine. Thank you for Taurus, Gemini. Thank you. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So you're going to see in Taurus season what has actually been slowing you down. You might be separating yourself from someone here. The Three of Pentacles. Yeah. What's been keeping you from working with your heart, working with Venus energy? As opposed to maybe against it, the Tower. I cannot make it up. There's a big awakening that you're stepping into here, Taurus Gemini, that is going to free you from some sort of dark entity or dark magic that's either been done on you, or I don't know, maybe you've dabbled in yourself and got caught up in, or someone around you has dabbled in on your behalf, or child, it get a little crazy out here. So whatever that is, whatever that dark magician energy is, whether that's in you or outside of you, Eight of Swords in reverse says you're being freed from it. Whatever the work was, it's broken or breaking. Clarify the star with the strength. Five of Cups. Due to somebody's ability to transmute energy. I have a feeling it's temperance with this Empress energy because I put the sun right below it. So whether you're aware of it or not, you do have some sort of spiritual support. Okay, whether this temperance Empress energy is embodied in someone else doing that star strength healing work here, or it's a spiritual force that's not inhabited in a physical vessel that's assisting you. Okay, so maybe a loved one that's passed on, maybe your own angels and ancestors and guides assisting you. It's a feminine force of energy though, that's trying to help you be stronger than your fears by transmuting some sort of disappointment. I do feel like for some of y'all though, this is like a counterpart person, an empress who's also a high priestess, who does their work to transmute whatever energy that's like residual or whatever's going on between y'all two, but they can't do it alone. It's like they've been doing their part. Now it's time for you to do your work, do your part of it to kind of solidify the ending of this. Yeah, to bring in some sort of success or positive energy to combat this dark magician. Clarify the magician with the devil. The King of Pentacles. Ooh wee. So that could be you. Or a fire earth energy that's been operating out of this devil magician vibe. Somebody could have used negative magic. I don't like calling it dark, but negative magic to gain some sort of abundance. Ooh wee, look what just flipped out. The Ten of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Somebody had to close off their heart chakra in order to gain material abundance. And now that somebody is or has attained whatever it is that they want to attain, they're still missing something. There's still a void. So this is almost like, I was going to say, a classic case of thinking that the material world is going to fill the void in your heart. Somebody might be finding that out the hard way, that it doesn't. And now that they have all the material world that they need or they could ever dream of and wish for, it's still not fulfilling. There's still a void. There's still a Five of Cups here. It's almost like somebody manifested a dark world out of dark wounds and is now seeking the light and needs the light in order to see what they've actually manifested. There's also some sort of apology with this Ten of Cups. I think that's a part of the Akashic Records. Like someone's gonna come into the awareness that they have repeated a past life cycle when it comes to the Emperor and the Empress vibe that's going on here. This Hermit and Star energy. There's distance between these two hearts, or there's distance between this person and their own heart frequency. Clarify the King of Rods with the wish fulfillment. The Six of Pentacles. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of karma here. Karma that's balancing out. The Moon with the Wheel of Fortune. The World. Absolutely. Yeah. You and this soul have gone on this merry-go-round lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. The cycle ends here. Which tells me that this Empress Temperance energy might have fully embodied the star frequency and found their strength to let this go. So somebody's getting back what they put in, and it's closing out a cycle here. I can't make it up, the Lovers. And or, let's just say, because the way I'm sensing this goes a lot deeper than this lifetime. I don't know that the energy between you and this person could ever really be severed, but whatever the karmic manifestations that have infiltrated or consumed this connection, that's what's being purged. So no more going around the Wheel of Fortune. It's now the world. It's now done. It's final. It's complete. Clarify death with temperance. The High Priestess. I cannot make it up. And I think if this is you or whoever this is who's like wondering why this Empress Temperance energy stepped into the star and had the strength to let these cups spill out to close off this cycle, that question is going to be answered through someone's travel back in time. Someone's going to see, oh, I've done this to this person too many times. Like it had to end. That was a part of the ascension plan here between you two. If this is an embodiment outside of you. If not, it's a part of your ascension plan to close, to get rid of whatever was creating the gap between you and your own heart. Okay. Clarify the Chariot and the Empress. The King of Cups. Oh. I don't know. Yikes. And the King of Swords. Okay. I don't know if you want to hear this or not. You probably don't. Okay. But it does look like and seem like this Empress Temperance energy is going to be connected with the King of Swords, King of Cups, because this Emperor who was supposed to be their partner is trapped in their King of Pentacles and King of Wands energy. So they're getting karma for seeking fulfillment through their King of Wands and not using that King of Wands energy appropriately, which means tying it into the moon, into intuition, using the gift inappropriate, I don't want to say inappropriately, but overindulging in that gift of being the King of Wands, while also maybe dealing with some dark energy here to manifest the King of Pentacles. That's what somebody's now having to pay out karma with. And as that happens, shoot, this Empress, High Priestess, Temperance, because the energy has been left unfinished by their Emperor, there could be a soulmate coming in for this Empress. Could be a King of Cups, also a King of Swords. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles with Justice in reverse. Because it feels like this Empress has been waiting too long. Like the stuck and stagnant energy has also affected this Empress. And that was never what was maybe meant to happen. Or intended. That was never the intention. So the Temperance Angel coming in to shift something into an ending so that this Empress can stay on their chariot, which could lead them to a King of Cups. Oh, clarify the Seven of Pentacles with Justice in reverse. Oh, it doesn't want to be said. Oh goodness. Okay. The Four of Cups. It's giving one man's trash is another man's treasure type of a vibe. So like this King of Pentacles, King of Rods energy passed on this Empress. And their hands are tied. And so this King of Cups is like, Empress High Priestess with the Temperance energy? Yeah, I'm into that. I'm definitely into that. It's like what was offered to this emperor is now being offered to somebody else. Yikes. Okay. But it is a bit of a I don't know, it's kind of like, what can you do? Like, there's really nothing that this emperor can do about it, honestly. This emperor could be trying to work on their heart space now, because they might also be aware that this King of Cups wants to come towards this Empress, or is being offered what they were once offered. Okay. It feels like this King of Cups is in more of a position to be a partner or be connected to this Empress. Now, this could all be from the Emperor. This Emperor could be dealing with karma from their King of Pentacles and King of Rods energy, but their heart, their King of Cups, is still tied into this Empress who's waiting on justice. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it there. As always, only take what resonates. Leave what doesn't connect with you for somebody else, okay? But what's this healing? What's the healing? What's the healing? Because, ooh-wee, somebody gonna need it. Somebody's not gonna be happy. If this is a someone else, this King of Cups. Ooh, clarify. Yeah. Divine, I can't make it up. Divine plan, wisdom, and destiny. This emperor fell off their divine plan. Or ignored the divine plan and decided to do what they wanted to do, use their free will in some way to stall out this chariot, stagnate the chariot with the Seven of Pentacles. But destiny will always be. And even if that means you forfeit your role in it. And that's what I kind of am getting at. Somebody forfeited their role in their own destiny. So now somebody has to fulfill that role. And I just heard they're not going to like that. They might not like that. Ooh-wee. Clarify the divine plan here. What was the divine plan? Codes of the seeds. The blueprint is within the next step. Yeah. The divine plan was for this emperor to go within, to go into their hermit energy around the same time that this emperor stepped into the star. They were supposed to discover the blueprint within to take the next step. It feels like that didn't happen. It might be trying to happen now, but with the world underneath the Wheel of Fortune and the moon, something's been sealed. Something's completed. Something's been ended. Clarify what else is going on here. What's this healing? What's this next step? The Rose of Venus. Like I said, Venus is very significant to you here, Taurus, Gemini. Flow, harmony, and right relationship. Somebody went against Venus. Somebody went against the flow, the harmony, and right relationship, which means that they're in the wrong relationship with love. They're in the wrong relationship with harmony. So they're in chaos. Maybe that's that Tower. Yeah, the next step was to be in flow and harmony and in right relationship, but somebody didn't take that step. Inner call, soul-led, mystic, encouraged, the rose thread, and it fell out in reverse. Can't make it up. Someone ignored the inner call, ignored where their soul was leading them, didn't step into the full power of this King of Rods, so stayed in some sort of self-indulgent, karmic behavior when it comes to that power of influence, of sensuality, energy, all of that. Out of fear for courage to be in reverse. And now that's manifested in ending. Death with Temperance and the High Priestess. It's changed something. Yeah, plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, and action. Right. So, yeah. Damn. Someone ignored the inner call to integrate and embody what they needed to embody and take action when they were called to take action, which has left this Empress stalled, and that was never a part of the divine plan. So the divine plan, still has to find a way, or will find a way to happen, even if it's not with this Emperor. That's what I mean. This Emperor forfeited their role in the divine plan. So integration is happening for the Empress. So they're integrating into High Priestess energy. And this was supposed to be the Emperor's time to also integrate into Hierophant energy, which we saw, but it didn't fall out on the board. Clarify. What's the embodiment? Innocence, forgiveness, and self-kindness. And that's what I was kind of picking up on my channeling. Somebody maybe wants to work at this now, like wants forgiveness from someone. Or this could be someone having to seek forgiveness from this feminine force of energy. Okay, whether you believe in Orishas or however you connect to your divine, there's a feminine force tied into the moon here that might be looking for an apology, or like, you know, yeah, that someone's seeking forgiveness from. Somebody wants forgiveness from this Empress. Clarify. Replenishment, health, and self-care. Exactly. So maybe this was a part of the divine plan in some way. Maybe the divine knew that this Emperor wasn't going to take that next step, and then knew that they were going to ignore this inner call. So, oh, thank you. So it activated another, I was talking to my members about this, an alternate ending. Okay, it activated an alternate ending for this Empress, where rather than experience that replenishment, that health, and that integration with this Emperor, they're experiencing it with themselves. So the work that was ignored was taken on by this Empress, and they've done it through learning how to take care of themselves. So through self-care. So it almost feels like this Empress energy is now going to be able to also embody Emperor energy, where there was supposed to be a separate person or someone outside of them that offers that embodiment. So then there's that completion. But now this Empress is complete within themselves. Okay. Clarify the divine plan in wisdom and destiny that's playing out here. The Mystic Rose, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. Right. This Emperor was supposed to humble themselves in some way, but it feels like they were too deep into this Devil, Magician, King of Pentacles, King of Rods, Nine of Cups, Six of Pentacles energy for them to do that. And I do feel like the act of grace from this Empress is to close this out, is to step into the world. Clarify the next step in the blueprint, divine. What's the codes of the seeds? Ancestral work, healing, and individuation. I can't make it up. So where these two souls were meant to be a pair, one soul has had to individuate due to the other soul ignoring the soul-led or inner call of being the mystic and having courage to do so. Yeah, this Emperor was supposed to do ancestral work and healing and separate. It's kind of giving separate themselves from this Magician, Devil energy, King of Rods, Nine of Cups, overindulging in the King of Wands energy. Yeah, and it's almost like the balance or the energy that was supposed to be paid into this Empress was going to others. That kept landing this Emperor in the Five of Cups. And also kept landing this Empress in the Five of Cups, which is disappointment, feeling let down. Clarify. But again, like I said, this could have been an alternate ending to the divine plan. To where, okay, those 3 cups are spilled out. So this Empress turned around and said, okay, I'm just going to focus on these 2 cups. Self-care, health, replenishment, self-kindness. Instead of waiting on this Emperor to get it together, I'm just going to get it together for me. Yeah, inner mother, innocence, and tenderness. Exactly. This Emperor could have mommy issues or have a distorted relationship with a mother. So they aren't familiar with flow, harmony, and right relationship with the feminine principle. Had they nurtured the child within by stepping into that hermit energy, they would have been able to learn how to mother themselves and be tender with themselves, which then would help them to be tender and hold this proper reverence for feminine energy. So this was a masculine that did not respect feminine energy at all. But that's ancestral work that they needed to do. But it seems like it caught them up in something. So yeah, this Emperor ignored the thread between them and their Empress. Okay. Clarify the rose thread in reverse. The second bloom, second chance and new possibilities. And I think that's what this Emperor wants. A second chance. Like I said, someone could be going to the divine trying to ask for time to go through some sort of transformation and healing when, I don't know, it feels like the answer is the world because time had already been spent. 6 of Pentacles. The time spent in this Magician, Devil, King of Rods, 9 of Cups, King of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles energy was the time that was supposed to be spent doing the healing work. Doing the integration and the embodiment and taking the right actions. So someone couldn't take the right action towards their Empress because they didn't integrate. Okay. But yeah, I mean, that doesn't stop somebody from wanting a second chance. Someone, okay, and again, even if this Emperor is also the King of Cups, their heart wants a second chance with the Empress, but their material world and their spiritual world is tied up in some devil energy, which keeps them from being able to take that next step. Yeah, clarity, a fresh start, and a positive outlook. So, yeah. I think that's what this Emperor's soul wants. A fresh start to integrate and embody a positive outlook. Someone's trying to not be seen as the devil magician. But I do feel like it's a little too late for that because of how this is playing out. And also, like I said, I think this Empress activated their own Emperor energy where, again, it was supposed to be held by someone else. It's now held within them. So there's really, I don't want to say there's no need, but it kind of isn't. Like, this Empress wasn't sitting around twiddling their thumbs. They started doing their own forgiveness, working through forgiveness, being kind to themselves, taking care of themselves, focusing on their health, replenishing themselves, doing what was supposed to be done by this Emperor. Clarify the innocence in the Rose Garden. Brothers of the Rose, I can't make it up. Sacred masculine protection and support. That's the role that this Emperor was supposed to take up with this Empress. But it's like the Emperor now wants a second chance to be the sacred masculine and offer protection and support, but they're not in right relationship with their own self. So that can't happen in the way that they maybe think it could or the way they would want to. Somebody wants a second chance to make this right. Clarify the sacred waters. The lineage of the rose, moved by the goddess soul call and gather. Right. It's within this Empress's lineage to activate their Emperor energy, but it was the divine plan, Sophia, which is believed to be the feminine principle of God or Yod or however you want to name it, universe, right? Sophia also could be looked at as the sacred knowledge and sacred intelligence that Jesus, for those of you that are Christians, are familiar with the Bible, held. Mary Magdalene type energy. Mary Magdalene was the embodiment of Sophia, the divine plan, the divine intelligence that created this whole thing that we're a part of. Moved by the goddess soul call and gather in the wild rose. Do it your way, free yourself and unique. Exactly. This empress freed herself and did it for herself. So that activated some sort of independence or self-healing power that this empress kind of tapped into, because their emperor was tied up in this dark magician energy. The lineage of the rose. Yeah, so this, maybe, again, like I said, this could have all been a part of the divine plan for this empress to activate that self-healing power, because the divine maybe knew that this emperor was going to repeat the cycle. Although maybe the hope was that they didn't. They did what was normal for them to do, I guess. Common for them to do, or repetitive. This emperor was supposed to protect this empress, but this empress created their own protection by embodying the integration of emperor and empress energy themselves. But that's a part of this empress's lineage to do that. So, okay, we'll leave it there. That was deep. That was deep. I hope this brought clarity and confirmation to whoever may need it. Let me know your thoughts. I always love to hear from y'all in the comments down below. What resonated with you, what connected with you. I appreciate that. And if you made it this far in the message and you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so I can pick up on your energy, as I do channel messages for my subscribers and channel members. Okay, so if you want to be in that pool that I pull from, go ahead and subscribe at the very least. Make sure you also like this video. And if you want a personal reading with me, if you want an extended on this reading, if you want your own timeless energy reading, or all the different types of readings that I offer, you can book that at my website, cuspofroses.store. That's linked down below, okay? And if any part of this was a blessing to you and you would like to sow some love into our community here, the links to do that is also down below, okay? I also offer personal reading memberships where you can get a personal reading with me every month. That's also available through my storefront, okay? So all those links to learn how to connect with the community, how to get your readings, purchase your merch, okay, Taurus Gemini, all of that's down below in the description box. Make sure you read it thoroughly. All right, I love you all so very much, and I really, again, do hope that this was helpful for you. And I'll see you in our next one. Namaste.